Thank you everyone for coming. The first thing we're going to start with actually is the teachers. I've changed the program up a little bit. But since the pioneer days, the people of the Midwest, they've been known for their strength and their resilience. And right now in the world of education, everyone in the world is looking at South Dakota because we're one of the few places where we actually started school normally. And I'm very excited that we got to be here. In South Dakota right now, we're considered the pioneers, just like the Midwest. We showed the world that this can be done even in challenging times. And we know that strong values also come from places like this. But most of all, in Colome, we have heart. This year our staff has been strong, resilient, and they put their heart into having the best year possible under difficult circumstances. I'm grateful for all of our staff and the commitment they have had to our school. This year I'd like to thank the following staff members for their milestone years. Patricia Demers, 35 years. Tina Novotny, 30 years. Carol Slaymaker, 20 years. Mr. Stan Osmond, our bus driver, 15 years. Renee Bully, 10 years. I'd also like to say a little more about the students. You've done really well this year, and I'm very, very proud of all of you. It's been a great year for us. I'm so thankful that you choose to come to Colome.
First of all, I'd like to start with our Student Council Awards. First of all, for activities this year, we sponsored Days of the Week and some other activities during homecoming. We co-sponsored Alexa's Gift with NHS. We provided ice cream treats at Christmas to promote holiday cheer. At this time, I would like to recognize the Student Council members, and I ask that they please stand as I call their name. Freshmen Lily Nelson and Joseph Laffer. Morgan Gill. Juniors Elizabeth Naiman and Braden Seegers. Seniors Katie Heath, Luke Bolton, and Lainey Bolton. They received pens in their envelopes. I would especially like to thank Lainey Bolton for emceeing tonight's ceremony and would like to recognize her as the Student Council President. I'm also very pleased to announce that next year's president will be Maya Vandenberg. Next, I would like to present awards for desktop publishing. In desktop publishing, receiving certificates for participation on the Lariat staff, the yearbook staff, and for academic excellence in desktop publishing, meaning A's for the year. Please stand as I call your names. Devin Doherty, Ashlyn Hoffline, Landy Crumpus, Katie Monroe, Libby Petersek, Jordan Ring, Clarissa Ringingshield, and Riley Shippey. The top medal for that class will be handed out when all their yearbook pages are done and we have final grades. I do want to tell them how proud I am of all of the work that they have done this year. They've just done an amazing job working on their pages. As a result of that, I have several students who are at the top, so it will take those final grades to decide who receives that award. By the way, if you have not purchased your yearbook, here's my little ad for that. We are selling until May 10th. That is the last day to purchase one. There is a link online, or you can do that at the school too. I would also like to recognize Sadie Heath, who took multimedia as an independent study class. She has been working on the senior video, which we'll show at graduation. She has also helped with several duties of the yearbook staff, And she received a certificate for yearbook staff and for multimedia, and she also receives a medal for this class. Next, I would like to recognize the students who have had A's for both semesters in Foundations of Technology. Those students are, please stand as I call your names, Jordan Harder, Aidan Mohler, Caden Piota, Jack Anderson, Shalena Kingsley, Joseph Lapreth, Tiana Larson, Mara Lutke, Jordan Musser, Lily Nelson, and Emma Vandenberg. The compliment for that class goes to Tiana Larson.
Next we have Ms. Christensen.
Well, for those of you that don't know me, I am the English teacher for the high school, and I also teach environmental science and 8th grade reading, so I'll be talking about those classes tonight. So for academic achievement, having an A throughout the entire year, for 8th grade reading, please stand as I call your name. Wesley Cahoy, Raylan Kinsley, Aston McKenzie, Jonah Musser, and Presley Peterson. And then my top award for that class goes to Aston McKenzie. For 9th grade English, receiving an academic achievement is Shalena Kingsley, Joseph Lapreth, Tiana Larson, Lily Nelson, and Emma Vandenberg. And then my top student in that class is Emma Vandenberg. Okay, 10th grade is kind of a unique class. We do a little bit of literature, and then the kids have to do speech, which they were all very terrified of at first. They all told me that they were going to die when they gave their first speech. Luckily, no one died, which was awesome. And I actually ended up having 2 students go on and compete at a state contest, and one student actually went on and competed at our state contest. So I would really just like to take a moment and congratulate Jordan Ray and Randy Crumpus for competing in the Natural Resource Conservation Speech. Okay, on the academic achievement list for 10th grade is Devin Dougherty, Morgan Gill, Sophie Hopelt, Landy Crumpus, Libby Petersek, and Jordan Ray. And then I only have one medal. And it's a tie right now, so we're going to wait till final grades, but so far my top students are Landy Crumpus and Morgan Gill. So down to the wire, girls. Okay, for junior English, students on the academic achievement list are Tania Potter, Riley Shippey, Casey Taylor, Maya Vandenberg, Caitlin Walker, and Elizabeth Gamer. And then my top student in that class is Maya Vandenberg. For senior English on the academic achievement is Lainey Bolton, Clarissa Rainshield, Casey Taylor, and Hunter Stoss. And then my top student for that class is Lainey Bolton. Then for my environmental science class, there was one student on the academic achievement, and she's also my top student, so Tania Potter.
Mrs. Foley.
I am speaking Ms. Foley tonight. So for the top academic excellence for algebra, there was Brown McKee and Wesley Cahoy. And the top medal winner for Algebra 1 was Wesley Cahoy. For geometry, the top academic excellence was Shalina Kingsley, Lily Nelson, Emma Vandenberg, and the medal winner was Kiana Larson. The top academic excellence for Algebra 2 was Randy Crumpet, Morgan Gill, and the medal winner was Katie Walker. For consumer math, the top medal winner was Jessie Larson. Mrs. Foley would like to recognize the NHS seniors who participated. Sadie Heath, she served as the vice president. And Michaela Shippey, she served as president. Thank you.
Next we have Mr. Mercer.
Academic Excellence Awards, rise when I say your name, please. In Human Development, the semester course was Paige Paulson and Tania Potter, and the top award goes to Tania Potter. Fundamental Food Concepts, also known as Facts 2. The Excellence Award goes to Clarissa Gill, Tania Potter, Paige Paulson, and the top award goes to Clarissa Ringgill. Okay, Facts 1. Top awards go to Tori Ringgill and Mara Lutke, and the top award goes to Mara Lutke. Thank you.
Next we have Mrs. Lonnie.
Start out with first semester art classes, advanced art. Please stand when I call your name. Academic excellence goes to Silas Chasing Hawk, Penelope Chasing Hawk, and Paige Paulson. And the medal goes to Paige Paulson. Art appreciation, academic excellence, Shannon Bonnet, Paige Paulson, and Riley Shippey, and the medal goes to Shannon Bonnet. Graphic design, academic excellence, Devin Doherty, Sophie Hofeld, Ashlyn Hoffine, Billy Lookingcloud, Aidan Mohler, Libby Petersek, Jordan Ring, and the medal goes to Libby Petersek. Second semester art classes, jewelry, ceramics, and sculpture. Academic excellence goes to Paige Paulson, Silas Chasinghawk, and Penelope Chasinghawk, and the medal goes to Paige Paulson. Creative art. Okay, this one is close, so we'll have to wait for after the final. It's supposed to be between a couple of the students. And academic excellence so far is Shanna Conant and Paige Paulson, and we'll just have to wait on the middle. And the last class is printmaking. And please stand again. Devin Doherty, Sophie Hofeld, Ashlyn Hoffine, Libby Petersek, and Jordan Ring. And you have to wait for the medal. After the I just want to say too, we will have the art show, the night of spring concert and everything, well not everything yet, but a lot of the artwork's already over in the lunchroom, so please feel free to join us over there. There's a lot of beautiful artwork. Thank you.
Next, we have Ms. Sparks.
Alright, so I am Ms. Sparks and I am the science teacher. I'm going to start with physical science. So all students who have received academic excellence all year for physical science, please rise as I say your name. Jack Anderson, Bromley Heath, Clayton Heath, Mara Lucy, and the top student, Joseph Labyrinth. Alright, so for biology, all students who have received academic excellence all year, please rise as I say your names. Devin Doherty, Landy Crumpus, Taylor Nelson, Paige Paulson, Libby Petersek, Jordan Ring, Katie Welker, and the top student, Morgan Gill. For earth science, please stand as I say the name. Jesse Larson, Casey Taylor, and the top student, Riley Shippey. And lastly, we have chemistry. So Riley Shippey and Maya Vandenbart both received top excellence. And the top student, very close race, will be Maya Vandenbart.
Next, we have Mr. Oscar.
Today I got 3 classes. Whenever say your name for academic excellence, please rise and be recognized. For PEL, I have Jack Anderson, Bromley Heath, Shalina Kingsley, Joseph Lapid, Jesse Larson, Tiana Larson, Casey Layton, Mara Lutke, Lily Nelson, Sully Shippey, Gavin Tucker, and Emma Vandenberg. Student Emma Vandenberg. Next class I have economics, academic excellence, please stand. Bailey Hoffman, and medal winner Bailey Hoffman. Not listed on this, but also I think should be recognized. Sadie took an independent study this last semester for me for accounting. She's been phenomenal, and I think that I can't say enough fine things about this young lady, how hard she's worked. So if you could please stand and be recognized by everybody.
Next we have Ms. Manderfeld.
Hello. So I have quite a multitude of classes this year. Let's start off with my companion candidates class. Please rise as I say your name for academic excellence. Shalina Kingsley, Joseph Labyrinth, Lily Nelson, Tania Potter, Riley Shippey, Emma Vandenberg, and top student Tiana Larson. In comparison with that, the next semester we switch over to horticulture, so everything that deals with plants. Again, please rise when said name. Shalina Kingsley, Lily Nelson, Emma Vandenberg, Riley Shippey, Joseph Labyrinth, Tori Ringingshield, Tania Potter, and top student Tiana Larson. Moving onwards, last semester I had a woodworking class. Please stand when said. Tate Lutke and Michael Supik, with my top student being Michael Supik. In comparison with that, this semester we did Ag Biotechnology, which is semi-related to welding. We do a lot of welding projects. Please stand when said. Sully Shippey, Michael Supik, and Bertram Schoenfeld, with my top student being Sully Shippey. Moving onward, I had a full year of agriculture business and marketing, so we dealt with stocks, different contracts, so on and so forth in the ag business world. And my top student is Jesse Larson. This year we had a first year of ag structures. I had a 6th period and 7th period, so 2 combined classes. Please rise when I say your name. I have AJ Davis, Riley Shippey, Tate Lutke, Taylor Nelson, Jack Anderson, Bromley Heath, Joseph Labyrinth, Sully Shippey, Nathaniel Hanson, Clayton Heath, and Caden Piotta, which you can see is a large variety, and my top student being Joseph Labyrinth. And finally, I have a small gas engines class this semester. Please stand when it said. Michael Supik, Riley Shippey, Taylor Nelson, Joseph Labyrinth, Bernard Schoenfeld, Sully Shippey, and Caden Piotta. And my top excellence going to Caden Piotta.
Salsa.
All right, we're going to start with U.S. government. When I read your name, please rise for academic excellence. For U.S. government, Lady Bolton, Sadie Heath, Bailey Hofine, and Michaela Sheep. And top student, Sadie Heath. And top students for U.S. history, academic excellence for a year, Jesse Larson. Top student, Jesse Larson. So on to world history, for top excellence for the year, we have Cash Heath, Jordan Ring, and Sully Shippey, and top student, Sully Shippey. World geography, academic excellence, Jordan Ring, Libby Petersek, and top student, Jordan Ring. Personal finance, this was a semester course, first semester. Academic excellence, Penelope Chasing-Hawk, Sophie Hochfeld, Ashton Hoffine, Tate Lutke, Katie Monroe, Libby Petersek, Jordan Ring, Casey Taylor, and Elizabeth Yeaman. Top student, Elizabeth Yeaman. Second semester was career exploration, academic excellence to Penelope Chasing-Hawk, Sophie Hofeld, Ashton Hoffine, Tate Lutke, Kate Monroe, Libby Petersek, Jordan Ring, Katie Boyer, Riley Shippey, Elizabeth Yeaman. Top student, Elizabeth Yeaman. Thank you.
Next we have Mrs. Sherman P.
All right, we'll start with choir. Academic excellence awards go to Isaac Beltman. Please stand when I hear you. To Morgan Gill, Kashi, Kaden Hewitt, Tate Green Shield, Tori Green Shield, Joseph Lathroth, Clayton Heath, Bromley Heath, and Shanna Connett, Casey Layton, Maya Vandenberg, and Elizabeth Lehman. Then everybody Willie Nelson too in there. Okay, sorry, Laura. Okay. Oh, and Shanna Kingsley. I have everything all over the place. Sorry about that. Okay, go ahead and sit down. Okay, so we don't do the top awards because everyone is a top award in my class. No, but we have lettering and pitting and all that good stuff going on here. And this year I had all my choir do participating contest, and we received superiors and excellence, and they did a great job with that. And I'm thankful we were able to have contests this year. For high school, it was a little different. It was done virtually, which I don't think any of us really liked that well. But the nice thing about it is we can, rewind and keep doing it till we get it perfect. So we're happy about that. Anyway, so my lettering goes like this. Emma Vandenberg. I'm going to letter her for band and choir too. You can come on up and get your letters now. Shalana Kingsley, band and choir as well. Lily Nelson, band and choir. Casey Layton, letter and a pen for choir. And band too. in choir. Maya Vandenberg, band and choir. Oh, hang on. Sorry. All right, Elizabeth Neiman, just gives a pin. And now for choir, those who lettered their first time. Morgan Gill, letter and pin. Cashy, letter and pin. Kaden Kyoto, letter and pin. John Deere Satan Green Shield, letter and pin. Tori Green Shield, letter and pin. Joseph Blackrock, letter and pin. Go faster. Clayton Heath, letter and pin. Here, Brownlee Heath, letter and a pin. Shanna Connett, letter and a pin. Okay, and band, A awards. Emma Vandenberg, Shalina Kingsley, Lily Nelson, Casey Layton, Maya Vandenberg, Elizabeth Yeaman, Michaela Shippey, Katie Welker, Jack Anderson, Tiana Larson, Jordan Messer, Cash King, Taylor Nelson, and Jesse Larson. And those people, I mentioned some of the band lettering there. So those who were not in choir, this is your letter. Michaela Shippey, you receive a bar. Katie Welker, receive a bar. Jack Anderson, a letter and a bar. And Tiana Larson, a letter and a bar. We also had people do solos and groups there as well, who did a great job. So for All-State Choir this year, they did not have it at all due to COVID. It was a really hard decision for them. At first, they were going to make it this spring, and then when spring started approaching, it went to a lot of boards, and they decided not to have it this year. But everyone still gets their letter and gets recognized for, or their pin, and gets recognized for All-State Choir, even though we didn't have it. And my people in All-State Choir was Elizabeth Yeaman, Isaac Beltman, go ahead and come up, and you can get your pin too. Isaac Beltman, Cash Heath, and Morgan Gill. These gals already got their big award in their packet, so it's not a surprise, but I'm going to have them come up, stand up here for a minute. Choral award was Elizabeth Gavin. Doing a great job singing the solo in the group. She's sang foreign languages, I don't know, 3 out of her 4 years or so. Going to all-state choir for 3 years so far, and just being a good voice for us in the choir. And I appreciate your work and your participation. And Maya Vandenberg gets the John Phillips Sousa Band Award, and very thankful for Maya too, for her leadership, and she did a flute solo, and just has stepped up. If we would have had Augustana Band Festival, I'm sure I would have some girls go to that, and some kids, and they canceled that this year as well. But appreciate your hard work. That does it for me in music, but we get track also, so my right-hand man, come on up. Okay, I've been very thankful to be able to coach track this year. It's been good, it's been a really great experience, and I'm so thankful that I have a guy here who kind of likes it also, and he really likes to talk, and that's a nice thing too, because that's what he's going to get to do right now. And we're going to change the order here. You just talk, and I'll find out.
Okay. One thing I do want to apologize for Cheyenne. You're an international man, we know that. Sorry, Katie. Okay. This year, we're having a very interesting year with track. We've got some relay teams that are, well, I think every relay team we've got right now is in the top 24 in the state. That's how they qualified for state this year. So some of them have dropped down and then popped back up, but we've had a really nice year in the boys' sports. The girls' sports have our girls' team has a little less experience, but every week we get to see some improvement there too. So it's been fun. It's been fun that way. But we're going to go to the letters and the pins. I believe if you've got your letter, we're just going to give you a pin in the bar. I think we've got a little extra on here. For girls track this year, lettering, our Shalana Kingsley, she's going to get a pin in the bar. I think she's already got a C. Okay. All right. You guys can come down here if you come quickly. I'm just going to keep reading out. Donna Larson, I believe you have a C already, so you'll get your pin in your bar. Morgan Gill, a pin in the bar. Sophie Holfeld. It's a pin in the bar. I believe you already got the letter. Nope. She gets a letter, a pin in the bar. Landy Crumpus is going to get a manager pin and a bar. She wasn't able to run this year, but was supposed to run this year. A couple of times we told her to go sit down because she wanted to jog across the track or something. So we're trying to keep her so we can have her next year. Corey Ringing Shield. It's a pin in the bar. Got a letter. Okay. And Casey Layton gets a pin in the bar for track. That would be our girls team. Every one of them. Every one of them have scored points, so therefore they get a letter and a pin. That's a good thing for us. Our boys side, Jonah Musser, 8th grader, stepped up this year and run on some relay teams. He's run very well for us. He's going to get a C, a pin in the bar. Joseph Lapid gets a bar. Cash Heath will get a bar. Tate Ringing Shield. Did you have a C yet? Okay, you get a pin in the bar. Allie Tiemann gets a pin in the bar. Riley Shiffy a bar. Aidan Tiemann gets a pin in the bar. Brett Bertram a bar, and Michael Subic a bar. Right high jump. Riley looking like 100, 200, and Mike's got 400. Michael Subic looking long jump, high jump, or long jump, triple jump. And then we've got several relays, our 4x1, 4x2, 4x4, 4x8 still hanging in there, and our medley relay is in the top 15. So we've had a pretty good year. We don't have most valuable boy or valuable girl for running the field events because we're still only halfway through our season. We've got several kids, like I said, they're all scoring points. And we've actually had a lot of fun. We've watched the kids. It's fun. For me, this is fun. It's something I've always been on the track, always with my kids, keeping track of where it is. So this year to actually get to work with them. See guys like Bertram drop 6 seconds off of the 400 in the middle of the year. That's awesome. And he did have to move that mile relay from 16th to 6th. So they have a chance to place in the state. So good job, guys. We keep working, and we'll see you next week.
Okay, and then she got high overall average in the conference. And then she got first place on the female side in the conference. And she made all-state team. The team was first in the conference, and the other teams from 2020, the other team members from Colome were Julie Larson, Jesse, and Jack Anderson. Our 2020 fall season was from September to October. The state high average female, she had a 238, Katie, 238 out of 250. It's fall, and you had some sports, so that's a little more activity, so good job. First place in the female division on the conference, and the team got first in the conference in the fall week also. Our 2021 season has started, and at this time, I shouldn't leave out Jack. Jack was on the fall league, besides Katie on that fall league. The 2021 season started April 1st, and will end May 22nd. We get a state tournament this year. We're going to participate in Aberdeen on the 12th of June. We're going to have 16 of our 19 shooters attend that, and there's no qualifying, but I think we're going to win. We're going to do better before. We had 5th and then 4th, and then we didn't do it last year, so 3rd, 2nd, 1st. Really, I think they're really impressing me. We don't have a weak win, even with the new kids. They're just impressive. And on our 2021 season members are Katie, Jesse Larson, Blake Heath, and Jack Anderson. And just a final tally on this year's season, there's 47 teams in the state. We're in Class A, that's 35 of those teams. And it's a span of like yay, and then the conferences are split up into 6 conferences of similar sizes of teams. And in our conference, we have DeSmet, Bell Rapids, Hot Springs, Redfield, and Stanley County. So if you're watching the paper, there'll be results in June. It's more or less.
Next we have Mr. Geary.
These are for academic excellence in online courses. So for Spanish 1, please stand when I call your name. Morgan Gill, Lady Crumpus, Katie Walker, and Elizabeth Yeaman. And the top student is Lady Crumpus. And for academic excellence in Spanish 2, we have one student, Maya Vandenberg. college readiness, Lady Bolton. Pre-calculus, please stand Maya Vanderbark and Elizabeth Gaiman. And the top eight goes to Elizabeth Gaiman. World Geography, Academic Excellence, Morgan Gill and Lady Crumpus. And the top eight goes to Morgan Gill. And in the next course, we have a tie. We have three students, Morgan Gill, Lady Crumpus, and Taylor Nelson, and we currently have a tie between Morgan Gill and Lady Crumpus, so we will have to wait till the end of the semester for that. And for academic excellence in anatomy and physiology, Elizabeth Gaiman with awesome. Physical science, for academic excellence, Shalina Kingsley, John Larson, Lily Nelson, and Emma Van Mark. And the top eight goes to Tina Larson. In psychology, Katie Walker is the top eight. Unfortunately, I do not have medals for all of the classes yet. They have not all come in, so the next course, Sociology, we do not have a medal for, but we do have a winner. Will you please stand Casey Taylor, Penelope Chasing Hawk, and Katie Walker. And Katie is the top student in that class. For fundamental animal science, one student, Morgan Gill, is the top eight. In health careers, top student is Lady Crumpus. In relationships across lifespans, we got Tucker. Mr. Tucker. All right, in the next three courses, the students, we have one student for each course, and they are the top students that unfortunately, again, do not have the medals for these next three. They need to be recognized. An introduction to business, Morgan Gill. And for physics, Michaela Shippey. And introduction to medical diagnostics, Laney Crumpus. Again, when we can, we will be streaming. And for the final course, senior experience, we got it.
Next we have Ms. Arami and Mrs. Temple.
Okay, we have the 2021 volleyball team here, and we're going to go with the letter winners right off. Ashley Hoffheim. she will letter, pin in the bar. And for anybody here that doesn't have a seat, a green seat tonight, let us know. We have extras. I know some kids should have gotten them last year, but didn't get them. So, do you have one yet? She letters with a C, a pin, and a bar. All right, Landy Crumpus, C, a pin, and a bar. I think Landy maybe has a C already. Okay. Libby Peterson will receive a bar, and she will also receive medals for South Central Conference and Great Plains Conference All Conference team. Jordan Ring will receive a bar. Katie Welker will receive a bar. Elizabeth Yang receives a bar. Sadie Heath will letter with a bar, and she will also be a South Central Conference and a Great Plains Conference All Conference player. Bailey Hoffine receives a bar, and she will receive South Central Conference Honorable Mention. Clarissa Lane, two letters, will have a bar. Michaela Shippey will letter with a bar, and she also is a Great Plains Conference Honorable Mention. Okay. Now we will go to our leader categories. Our Gill leader this year was Libby Peterson. She is also a state leader. Our block leader is Sadie. Our assist leader and our serve leader, Michaela Shippey. Most improved, Casey Layton. And our off-season award will go to the only girl that drives half a block to the gym, Sophie O'Fell. Our MVP this year, there's a bit of a story, and since you guys are used to coaches being wordy, I might as well just do it. She just, Coach and I talked, and she was just 150% this year. She brought a totally different game to the court. A new confidence, a kind of newfound confidence. And she just kind of grew as the year went on as our leader. And she may not have led in all her statistics, but overall, she just never said die. And she encouraged her teammates, and usually if I need somebody to say something to the team, she got up and said, okay, man, that's the way it is. Kind of like that, too. It's kind of the tone she sort of used. Basically, what it amounted to was me saying, I don't care if you hit it in the net, darn it, don't hit your head, just hit it again. And she'd turn around and look at me and say, oh, hit it again, she would hit it again. So, Dave, you are so good. All right, and our Salsa High School Volleyball Coaches Association, we have 3 seniors that were all academic with them, Sadie, Bailey Hoffine, and Michaela Shippey, and I believe I have certificates for you to come get those. That's our Coaches Association. And also, we were all academic, all team this year too, so the team was voted as an academic team also. We were really pleased with our season. We were 12-7. we were 12-7, and we were in Region 6, which was probably the most talked about region in the state. We had 8 teams that were just good, just really, really good, and really proud of the way we played this year. You know, we masks and what have you, everything was went through with COVID. Couldn't be happier. As always, I'm always proud of you girls. They come to the off-season, they work hard. We're going to miss our seniors. We're going to miss that leadership. I'm going to miss them. They're just great kids. Great kids. We had a great season, and hey, go Cowgirls.
Next we have Mr. Hannon and Mr. Tudor.
Definitely thickened up a little. Scott couldn't be here tonight, wasn't feeling well, so we'll just start off with, as I read the name, come down here, and then I want the team to stay up here, and we'll talk a little bit about what we accomplished this year after the Mental Awards. Eli Bober gets a letter, pin in the bar. Joseph Lapper gets a pin. Silas Chasing Hawk gets a letter, a pin, and a bar. Dash Heath gets a bar. Billy Looking Cloud gets a bar. Jaden Piota gets a bar. Sully Shippey gets a pin and a bar. Alec Teenan gets a bar. Caden Monroe gets a bar. Aidan Teenan gets a bar. Rhett Bertram gets a bar. Nathaniel Hanson gets a bar. Michael Supik gets a bar. Tate Rainchill gets a manager's bar. Excuse me, a manager's pin in a bar. Also, Jack Anderson, you want to come up here? Trey Tiemann, Shane Monroe, Jordan Musser, come up, and Taylor Nelson, would you come up? These guys are also on the team, huge part. Nobody ever talks about the guys that get beat up every practice all year long and don't get necessarily the playing time that they probably hope for, but we truly appreciate them being a big part of our team. We have a couple of awards here as well to go along with this for tonight, but first of all, I'll recognize Rhett Bertram. He is a GPAC conference player, all conference for the boys. Rhett. And honorable mention was Michael for all conference. Mr. Hustle, well, let's go with most improved first, is Joseph Lapper. Mr. Hustle was Michael Subin. And MVP was Rhett Bertram. Before I get into too much, I also wanted to say thanks to Mom for keeping the books, Marcia as well, thanks for keeping the books. Kathy, appreciate all you do here. We couldn't get it done without you. Our bus drivers, Leighton came in and helped us with practice quite a bit. That was a lot of help as well. These young men did a great job this year. Our record doesn't indicate that. We were 4-16. 6 games we lost by less than 10 points. 6 of them games we lost by less than 5 points. We were there outside of a few
blunders, mostly by the coaches. We had a really great season. The kids worked hard from the first day of basketball to the last day when we finished in Kimball, when we should have got a W that night, but we just didn't quite pull that one out. The kids gave all their effort. I appreciate it. We've got kids on here that just exemplify hustle, and I really appreciate working with them. I've worked with these kids since they were this big, whether it be in basketball, baseball, whatever we were doing, and I've always enjoyed them, appreciate them all. Red and I always get along perfectly together, as much as you can get along perfectly with Red. So I'm going to talk about the senior just a minute. Red, he's going to be missed next year. He was just a guy on the court that is going to be hard to replace. Tall and long and just annoying. And boy, I tell you, all heart and all muscle. I appreciate your effort, Brad. Give him a round. Same with Michael. We only had one problem. The main problem we had with Michael this year is he wouldn't shoot the ball. Other than that, when we did shoot, he was always there. We always asked him to guard the toughest opponent. He picked him up and give 100% effort there again as well. I'd like to sit here and say something about every kid that was out this year. I'm not going to do that to you guys, but at the same time, just to recognize that these kids, they really do, they make you enjoy the sport and make you enjoy coaching. So we had a good turnout this year on a couple of our performances. We played Avon here one game and had just a great night. It really showed, I thought, what we could do. Did it again in Gayville at another game. Went to Jones County, had a couple wins. You know, outside of Cash Heath getting us a technical, I think we would have won that game. The ref was definitely had a problem with us for some reason. I don't know. Two of them, yeah. Only one of them was his fault. The other one was probably mine. So, just so you're aware, you have 15 seconds to check your kid in, not 30 seconds after a technical foul and a fifth foul. So, if any of you are wondering why that all happened, but Cash is the one that started it, just to be clear. Thank you again for the opportunity to coach these young men, and look forward to the future with them.
Next we have Sociology and Ms. McCall.
Vince, you stole my speech. I asked him earlier, he said, Vince, you had your speech right now. I have what to say. I was going to do exactly what you did. Girls, if you play basketball, come on. So something new that we did this year, this little book, the girls had to look for this when they came to practice. It's my sign-in for practice book, okay? So, Sadie, Bailey, Clarissa, Michaela, Katie, Liz, Penelope, Sophie, Libby, Jordan, Tori, Shalina, Mara, Emma, Presley, Landy, coach and coach. So every day, they had to sign this little sheet. They had to sign their name so I knew if they were there. It was also kind of a way to check in for COVID with all the stupid stuff that was going on. Well, the other thing I thought that I would do, because, you know, I'm just a mom or I'm just a photographer, I'm not a coach, right? And so I'm like, these girls only know me as a photographer and Sadie's mom. They don't know me as a coach. I'm like, okay. So it's a different level that we needed to get to. So I'm like, okay, to break the ice, you know, they really don't know me. I'm going to have them sign in and tell me the mood that they're in. Kind of did this on a sporadic moment. And I can tell you, you would laugh if you would go back through the sheets and see what mood the girls put that they were in. And I thought they would do the normal thing that we would all do. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. But here's what I can tell you is really funny. I had a cloud 9, headaches. I could tell when they were all feeling bad, which was actually a really good thing. You know, everybody tries to put on a front and oh, and when you realize they showed up for practice, they practiced hard, and I went back and looked at the sheet at the end of practice, and I go, she said she had a stomach ache, she said she had a headache, and she still showed up. Like, that's what I'm going to say about my girls, is because they showed up to every practice. They also helped me become better. Anyway, so I'm just going to tell you a few things that we did. They're going to also tell you that I could probably send the longest text of any coach. And poor Shalina, she has an old flip phone, and it takes forever to go through my text, and I'm so sorry. I'm like, well, if I put it all in that text, then I won't forget to tell anybody anything, okay? So I text the most, and I text the longest, and I probably cry the most of any of your coaches. Okay, and especially after games that we won, and it'll come out, it was good to be a girl with a bunch of girls, because then I go hide in the bathroom and I bawl and I sob because I'm so proud of them. And I come out and I go, how's my makeup? How do I look? Am I okay? There was the very first game that I stayed in the bathroom because I was sick to my stomach. But, anyway, beyond that, just a few things that I just wanted to share with you. The other thing is that I felt like the girls learned how to be a team with each other, because if they forgot to sign in, they had to run. So that first few days of practice, I had some angry girls at me, and I knew they were going to be angry, and we ran just a little bit. I'll tell you what, we didn't run very much anymore. They'd be like, hey, where's so-and-so? Hey, what room are you in? I'll sign you in. And that's really cool when you see them become a team and grow together, okay? So I wrote mine down on paper like this, Vince, and you stole it. Anyway, some of the other things that I wanted to share that we did, we sung the national anthem as a team. And so I said, girls, we're going to do this orderly. So we're going to line up according to height. So we were down at the Vets Hall, and we lined up according to height. And I realized that Michaela and I were about the shortest ones on the team, and everybody else is, well, you two girls would look short. But we were pretty much a very uniform team when it came to height. So we sung the national anthem, and I was so proud of my girls for doing that. And there was a couple of times we got the boys to sing with us too. And I don't know about you, but I think it was the coolest thing to see our kids sing. Very proud of them for that. Another thing that we did is we had banners on the wall back there. There were 4 banners, they're gone now, and there was a 10 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. And I wanted a goal. I wanted them to have something to push for, because if you don't have something to go for, what do you do? You're just here kind of wasting time. And I thought that, well, I make those little numbers, and not everybody's going to get on that banner. And the coolest thing is to know that every one of my girls got on that banner. And I don't know why, but Emma and Shalina, they waited till the very last game to get on that banner. And they're in the locker room, and I was in the locker room, and they're like, I think we need a banner. No, I think we need a banner. I'm like, oh, I'll watch. I run out as fast as I run. And I checked, I'm like, yes! I can make it, we screamed together! We screamed together, we might have cried a little bit, and I was so proud of them. Anyway, I didn't want to make it easy, but guess what? They worked hard. They worked really hard to get to that point. So that was another thing that we did, is we did the banners, and thank you to Julie for printing those for us. And when Vince talks about a team, this isn't the team. It's Julie who's willing to make banners. It's Hosford willing to drive us. It's Kathy making sure the weather is good. Do we have the bus or the van and everything ready? And then it's the parents making sure that the girls are here. So like the team is like all of this, not just this, okay? So I just thank you to everybody who is part of our team. This year we had, I feel like, minimal injuries. Jordan's knee wanted to take a vacation, so she took a vacation with her darn knee, and I'm really sad for that because I think that she had a lot to offer us. Shalina twisted an ankle, Sophie, knee, sorry, I can't find your faces fast enough. Anyway, but I felt like we did a lot better than we had in the past with our injuries, so I was happy with that. Here's a couple other things I'll share. Michaela earned 1,000 points, and I think that's pretty phenomenal considering we're kind of a losing team. We all know we're a losing team. We have a very poor record. So to be able to get 1,000 points in 4 years, actually, that's considered any of your varsity games, and she started playing varsity as an 8th grader. And so we didn't even go back and get her 8th grade year, so she has had over 1,000 points that she earned. And I got some other awards, I'm just going to babble, and then we're just going to hand everything out all at once, okay? Anyway, so I'm going to say hats off to Michaela for getting those 1,000 points. And I think there was one point when we really thought that that wasn't going to happen. And I'm gonna say the game that probably really boosted it was the Gregory game. Yeah, it was like, whoo, 30 points that game, and that was phenomenal. I have team captains this year. I feel like leadership is really important. As coaches, we can only do so much. And there's things in the locker room, and they need to, my older girls need to be leaders to my younger girls, and they need to role model for them. And I felt like that Sadie and Bailey were wonderful captains for me, and they role modeled. The girls would go to them if they had any issues. So Sadie and Bailey, thank you for being good leaders for my team. Clarissa's my other senior. She probably never gets enough recognition, and I'm sad that she's not here. Right, she's not here? Okay. She's always there. She will come all the time. She smiles, and she'll give as much as she can. And so I'm grateful for Clarissa as well. And I actually coached the girls when when those seniors were 6th and 7th graders. So I felt like I had a little bit of basketball connection with them. And so they played all 8 years of basketball. Okay? I'm about ready to turn the page. So good news. I want to tell you about some improvements that we had along the way. Because sometimes when you see the records, kind of like Vince said, you don't realize the good things that are going on. Our free throw record turned out so much better. Hold on, I got my bag of goodies. I gotta read it off here. I made a really cool thing. It's really good to be a photographer and a coach at the same time. Our worst free throw percentage was 37%. That's really bad. We upped it to 80% was our best that we did. In our field goal shooting, we were 23% at our worst, and we were 42% at our best. And so you can see the improvement. So just because, like Vince said, we didn't come up with a W like we wanted, we're slowly gaining, and we're slowly working on some things. And success doesn't happen overnight. The other thing I'm going to point out to you, I went back over the last 4 years and I added up how many points these girls put on the board. The least they put on the board was last year with 842 points. This year they put 1,021 points on the board. So that's a lot more points that they're scoring. They're also reducing that deficit between that win and loss. And so this year there was only a difference of 103 points. And the year before there was 245 points. So when I look at numbers, I see success. So just because we didn't get the W, I feel like we got the W. Like, I hope you guys understand how successful you were, even though it didn't show that, okay? All right, I'm almost done, I promise. Okay, so there was 2 games that I feel like were high points, kind of like Vin said, and he stole my thing. And I said, well, we had 2 good games. Girls, what would you say our 2 good games would be? Who? Gregory, good one, I chose Gregory. All right, so Red and Michael, I don't know if you remember this, we were at the game. I went back and looked. So I wrote this out so I won't forget this, okay? I just gotta replay this for you. At a minute and 25 left, Sadie gets a rebound on the other end of the court. Katie's at half court. Sadie throws the elsewhere. She goes down, she makes a wonderful layup. Woo! Got 2 points, okay? All right, now we're 57-62. Gregory's still winning. This is when I look at Red and Michael and I go, do you guys have any tricks that, have anything we can pull out of a hat to make this work? I don't know. So then, my eyes are bad too. At 31 seconds left, Michaela was fouling. She makes 2 free throws. That night she shot 100%, how many free throws? 17 for 17, I think, I can't remember. Anyway, she makes her 2 free throws. At 21 seconds, Sadie was fouled. She makes 2 free throws. Michaela gets fouled again. By now the crowd is livid. They're like cursing, hollering obscenities and whatnot. She gets 2 more free throws to fall in, okay? So, that was at 19 seconds. Now we're at 63-62. The final basket of the game, I don't know at what second that happened, was Libby put up 2 more points for us. We ended up winning that game 65-62. So I'm going to look for Red and Michael in the crowd all the time and say, hey guys, what do we need to do? I guess it was a shrug and they got us the win. But let me tell you, there was nothing that I did that got that win. It was the 5 girls that were on the court who worked together, who never gave up and didn't quit. I had nothing to do with any of that success. It was all them. And for that, I'm super proud of them for that. Another game, I would say the next one is the Platt game. It's really fun to go in the locker room and scream like a teenage girl again. It's so much fun. Anyway, the Platt game, I think we were going to lose it. Pretty sure we were going to lose it. At halftime, we kind of felt defeated. Well, then I put Liz on the Vanderwerf girl, and she only allowed her to make 1 point. And in the first half, she made 15 points. And so I attribute that win to you, Liz. You might not have a bunch of points on the board, but it was the defense that was monster in that game. And we won that game by 4. And that felt like an easier win, but I think we were just as hard to, no. Okay. Anyway, those 2 games, I hope the girls never forget. I hope they don't forget how hard they tried, how much they worked. This is a team that I've seen them in the past, and they just kind of give up and just kind of get through it. But they didn't quit, and they have so much heart in them, and they have so much try in them that I am so proud of them. I think I'm almost done. Yep, I'm almost done. Okay, so now let's get to some awards. This is the part I hope that I don't mess up on because there's so much stuff here. All right, Miss Manderfeld. So on this little piece of paper, every one of my girls are going to get this. But here's what I want to practices where Manderfeld can move yet, and she can run and jump and play with the girls. And so she would scrimmage with them, and which so much helped. Layton would come in and would scrimmage with us. Gentry Maurer came in a couple of times, scrimmaged with us. That's the outreach, is when you can start utilizing other people and the youth that they have, and they can practice with them. Anyway, and so I'm so grateful for Manderfeld for being able to run up and down the court, and it was a wonderful season. I feel like, even though we had losing season 2, we were 7-14. I'm going to tell you, last year we were 4-17. The year before we were 5-16, and the year before we were 6-15. So, I feel like we made an improvement there. So let's start out with Manderfeld. I'll have you do these things. Okay, so Presley was the only 8th grader on the team, and I am so proud of her and the hustle, because she rolled from junior high basketball straight into high school basketball, and she's amazing. She gets a C, a pin, and a bar. Landy Krampus, a manager pin and a bar. Here's a funny. Libby, a bar. Tori, a bar. Katie, a bar. Liz, a bar. Sadie, a bar. Bailey, a bar. Clarissa, a bar. Michaela, a bar. So these next awards, I've let my girls choose who got them. I feel like, sometimes I could have done it, but I wanted to know what they thought of their team. And I think that that's important. So these next awards are all chosen by the girls, okay? So MVP, Sadie Heath. Offensive player, Michaela Shippey. Defensive player, Bailey Hoffline. Miss Hustle, Presley Petersek. Up-and-coming athlete, Presley Petersek. Most cheerful and uplifting, I think this is kind of one of the coolest ones, because this is the person who is happy, who's cheerful, and maybe they didn't get to play as much. Mara Lukey. Hard luck, I'm going to give it to Jordan. I would agree with the girls on that. Jordan came in, I think she had 27 points in the Gregory JV game. Her free throw percentage is amazing. She's probably the only player that would stay after practice and shoot free throws. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, it all adds up, and it showed at the end of the season, Jordan. Most improved, Shalina Kingsley. Shalina went from being scared to rebound to being able to pull down a rebound and get really aggressive. And she can get a really serious mean look on her face. This next one, I went through all my practice sign-in sheets. I feel like it's important to show up to every practice. I know that things happen in life, but there weren't very many girls who showed up to practice every single time. These are my perfect attendance for practice. I have nothing to give you other than thank you. That's it. Okay? Michaela Shippey, Katie Welker, Tori Ringenshield, Mara Lukey, Emma Vandenberg. If I missed you, please tell me, But anyway, I just want to give hats off to them. Again, Linda was amazing to come to every single game except for one. I think she was sick. And then Dee was amazing to hop on the bus with us and go to Freeman, I believe. And so that's what a team is. When somebody else is not well, somebody else steps in. So I'm going to give each one of my girls this. Next thing I need to tell you, I have a Rebounding Award that goes to Elizabeth Yeaman. This was a very close one. Liz had 153 rebounds, Sadie had 150 rebounds. So anyway, that's kind of fun. And competition makes everybody better. I believe in that. Great Plains Conference went to Sadie Heath, Michaela Shippey. Honorable mention was Libby Petersek. Here's these ones. Two of those. South Central Conference, they already got these medals. Sadie Heath, Michaela Shippey, Libby Petersek was honorable mention. And then there's the All-Star game that's played out in White River, and Sadie and Michaela went out and played in that. I believe Michaela was on the winning team, right? And Sadie was on the losing team. It's just fun to play with really good girls. Caitlin Valandra, everybody wants to be on her team. Michaela was on her team, right? Yeah. And then, so then there's Academic All-State, I have those. 3 of my seniors earn that. If you have 3.5 or higher, you get an Academic All-State. Sadie, Bailey, Michaela earn that. And then I think I have everything. I almost have everything. Will you give each one of the girls one of those? And then I have these little basketballs. Michaela, catch. 1,000 points. Sadie Heath, captain. Bailey, flying, captain. And I have one for Clark or Clarissa because she's always there. So anyway, I'll get that to her. I believe I have everything out of my bag. These are those stands for your basketballs. Whoops. The last thing I'm going to say is it's really hard being the coach's daughter. It's hard being the coach's sons. They probably get more basketball and more football or more track than they really want. And so Sadie was very good telling me, Mom, you need to do this, Mom, you should try this, or whatnot. Or anyway, so she deserves some credit for having to tolerate a first-year mom coach. And so anyway, thank you, Sadie. Okay, you guys can go.
Next is Mr. Bertram.
Alright, I'm just going to start with my pins and my bars, and then I'll talk about the players. A sin, a C, pin, and bar, Jack Anderson. A pin, Jordan Harder. Clayton Eat, a C, pin, and bar. And then the rest just get a bar. Cash Eat, get a bar. Billy Looking Cloud, bar. Just stay up here too, guys. Aidan Mohler, bar. Aidan Kyoda, bar. Aidan Reeking Shield, bar. Sully Shippey, bar. AJ Davis, bar. Braden Seegers, bar. Riley Shippey, bar. Casey Osmond, bar. Brett Bertram, bar. Nathaniel Hanson, bar. Tate Lukey, bar. Alan McKenzie, bar. Michael Stupik, bar. And Gavin Tucker, bar. I'm just going to go right into the kids voted on this. Coaches kind of overseen it, but these are what we agreed upon with the kids voting. Our outstanding lineman. This guy didn't play center for us before. This year I said you're going to play center. I didn't let him come out of the game. We didn't have really a sub. So when it came down to my hand hurt, something's wrong with me, it was too bad. You had to stay in there. And usually it was, coach, I need a break. And I would just say, we can't do it. Okay, I'm fine, I'll do it. So Nathaniel Hanson, outstanding lineman. Our outstanding back. Thought he ran really hard. Sometimes he doesn't quite know maybe how fast he is, and he tries to cut back and forth. When you're fast, I think he is going to qualify probably in 100 and 200 in track for state, but he wants to do this cutting. Why not get to the outside and outrun people? When he did figure that out, he was kind of unstoppable. Did well for us. One of our leaders, both offensive and defensive, Riley Shippey, our outstanding back. Our defensive MVP, this guy, I was at the All-State meeting. I told him he played every position except for safety for us throughout his career. Safety, quarterback, and center, actually both ways. He played every other position that you could play on offense and defense. And that's kind of one of those bad things about me knowing the kid as well as I do, and maybe being a coach's kid, where I expect him, if nobody wants to do something, he's going to do it. I don't really care. Stepped up, was one of our leading tacklers on defense, played defensive end. Defensive MVP is Brett Bertram. I have a hard worker award. I don't have a combat player or anything, but this hard working award isn't just on the field, I don't think. It's on the sidelines, it's off-season work, and it's somebody that whatever he does to the best of his ability, and there's no holding him back. Maybe he didn't get the outstanding back or the MVP, but he was the one working to achieve that goal, and I think he'll do it probably in the next year or two. But my hardest worker and came to, never missed a practice. I don't think he ever did the last 2 years that I've been coaching, but Sully Shippey is the hardest worker I got. We have a weightlifting award, and we've had this award for a few years, actually probably closer to 6-7 years, and I keep forgetting and tell other coaches, volleyball, girls basketball, this doesn't have to be a boys award. Let's get some of our girls down in that weight room and start working at this too. It's just going to make you better. This year's weightlifter award is Brett Bertram. Last and not least is our overall MVP award. This kid, like I said, about some of these others. I don't think he missed a practice. I think he did miss a game last year. It's not because of lack of effort. The kid give effort every single thing he done. He was in the weight room. He was a captain for us, a great leader. Defensively, offensively, another kid that probably played about every position that you could play on offense and defense. I know he's played linebacker, safety. This guy wasn't a lineman. That's all I can say. But he was a great worker and a great leader. And the kids voted on this, and the coaches definitely agree on this. But our most valuable football player for the Colome football team, Colome football Cowboys, we're not going to do that, is Michael Stewart. We've got a couple Great Plains Conference awards. Bertram and Riley Shippey made all-conference, and Michael Supik was an all-conference honorable mention. Also like to thank, or tell you about last year, 2 years ago, I guess, we didn't have these awards. Rhett and Riley also made all conference, and Michael made honorable mention 2 years ago also. And I should have wrote down, but I didn't, our award winners from 2 years ago. These boys, they worked hard. They came to practice every day. They put in the work. A lot of things didn't go our way. Maybe that's coaching. Maybe that's just the way it goes. Colome has a pretty rich tradition in football. It's almost like if you don't win every one, you've had a losing season. I actually think that's true. Football, we need to win. And to do that, you got to have off-season work. But these kids, they did. My seniors, they were in the weight room. Michael, Red, Red, yes. You got to have one name. It's either Nathaniel or Red. I get them mixed up. So, Sully Shippey. It was all in the weight room, and I was really happy. Some things just didn't go our way. Aidan Mohler, I would say, had one of the most frustrating years. I think the first 2 games, wasn't playing a lot, started showing a lot in practice. He played against Platt, played I think the whole game, had a great game. Next week, he gets exposed, has to stay home for 2 weeks. Stays home for 2 weeks, he gets exposed again, has to stay home another week. The poor kid couldn't get a break. The kids talk about them going to practice and him standing by their picture window waving at them. Never even got sick. He was healthy, just couldn't come to school, couldn't practice. But when he did come back, he was ready to go. I had a great group of seniors, though. You know, I had a lot of them: Gavin Tucker, Alan McKenzie, Tate Lukey, Casey Osmond. There were my other seniors that I haven't talked about, and they were just great kids. So it was pretty awesome to coach these kids. I do need to tell you about Terrence, Kinzer, and Chase. They were there all the time for me. Great assistant coaches, great guys to carry on Cowboy football. And my 2 statisticians that have been there for years and years, I call them both twins, Matt and Ethan. Great thanks to them. And I hope I have everything, unless I'm forgetting anything. Thanks to the kids. They made this a good year, even though some things didn't quite go maybe the way we wanted, but it was a fun year and I hope the kids had fun. Thank you.
Next we have Mrs. Rogers.
Hello. Okay, so I'm just going to start it off here. I'm the Colome cheerleading coach. I'm going to start it off. I have Tiana Larson for most improved cheerleader. She's also receiving a pin and a ball. And she is getting an award for Best Can-Do Attitude and also getting a pin and a ball. Okay. Next I have Lily Nelson for Outstanding Sportsmanship, and she received a C, a pin, and a bar. Alright, next I have Mara Nucci, and she is getting an award for most spirit, enthusiasm, and energy. And she's getting a pin and a bar. Okay, and next I have Morgan Gill. She's getting 2 awards. She's getting the All-Around Best Cheerleader Award and also our Shout It Out Award because without her voice, man, I don't know if we could hear you. So, all right. And I am done.
Okay, for this year's 4.0 GPA senior, Sadie. Daily Hotline.
Lastly, we have Mrs. Armand.
Okay, we have one athlete lettering in cross country this year, and that would be Joseph Blackwood. And we have one athlete lettering in golf, Devin Doherty. She'll you got some golf things left, right? So get out and watch her, guys. All right, congratulations. All right, I'm really proud of this. Southwood High School activity has an all-academic team, and our football team, our volleyball team, our girls basketball team, our boys basketball team, our girls track team, our boys track team, and our cheer team were all academic this year. So good job. Senior all academics for the football team. Coach, I have these, I'm sorry, I should let you know. I don't have certificates for them, but if you would stand, guys. Casey Osmond, Rhett Bertram, Nathaniel Hanson, Tate Lukey, and Michael Supik were senior all-academic. All right, now we come to the All-Around Athlete Award. This award is given to a three-sport senior. This year we have two of those. We don't have any girls, but we have Brett Bertram and Michael Supik. Okay, now we're going to present the Sherman Character Award. Greg and Renee Sherman, most of us know them, worked with them. I was taught by them. Actually, they dedicated their entire teaching career to the Colome school system and both became the epitome of integrity and character for our community. Undoubtedly, they touch lives far beyond the classroom and place great value and trust in their school and their community. We had wonderful nominees this year for this award, indicating that we have many quality and valued adults in the eyes of their instructors, and they have great qualities that Greg and Renee would just themselves resonate. We put it to vote, and we have two individuals applied for this honor. This year we have co-winners. I would like you to join me in congratulating Brett Bertram and Sadie Deeb as the 2021 Sherman Character Award. I just have some. I just need to make some thank yous. You know, parents, first of all, if it weren't for you, we wouldn't have these kids to work with, and they're just rock awesome and solid kids. And we got a great bunch of parents, and hats off to all of you for allowing your kids to come here and be part of this. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I need to thank you people. I've got people that run the clock, do the chain gang, do the crown crews, the announcers, the live ticket folks, teachers, of course, thank you for allowing kids in and out of your classes, our bus drivers getting us to and from, Kate and Betsy for the 100,000 phone calls you take from me all the time, our administration, our school board for letting this all happen, our cooks, our concession stand people that make, you know, theater kids, feed us all, ticket takers, staff people, film people, people that do our filming of every game so we can get that on Huddle and get it downloaded for other coaches. We couldn't do it without those people. The scorekeepers, the line judges, the volunteer referees, the janitors, the volunteer drivers, the band, the music, the props. We have people doing props for us all the time when we make announcements. Coaches and their spouses for the hours and hours and hours of work that you put in, and your spouses put up with it to make these things happen. Thank you. It's always been an honor for me to be part of something that is essentially what I've always believed in. The commitment and loyalty is just second to none. Wrong. Thank you for being loyal to our school, for being loyal to our kids, and I can't say it enough. Thank you. We have great kids because we have great parents. We have great teachers. We have great coaches. We just have great people around them to lead them, to inspire them, and guide them. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for all you do. Be Colome. One last thing here. Jean Bertram, will you come forward, please? We would like to honor Jean for 15 years of service. We have a plaque here. Thank you. And Mr. Christensen has something for you, and I think he'll read it. Yes. he will, because I can't. So, here you go.
"15 years ago seemed only like a minute. Few would have the will or the heart to understand it. Didn't matter when you walked on, age 12, 18, 36, or 42. You brought to the field of presence the pride of a cowboy. It's a part of you. No one will ever know the hours you put in. Truth be told, you don't count the time when it's a passion from within. Countless hours on the mower, watering, prepping, and painting lines, that doesn't begin to cover the effort it takes to make them shine. Early mornings in the weight room, late nights on an old, cold bus, hours of game plan preparation, all foreign to most of us. There are stories that make you smile, yet some bring forth a frown, and the adrenaline still begins to rise when lights of Bertram Field shine brightly over the town. When you're part of something with tradition so rare and long and proud, the pride that swells within your heart simply cannot be felt by just anyone in the crowd. It takes someone very special to turn those young boys into men, making them part of something that is much larger than you or them. So you see, words do not give justice to the job you've done so well. The impact made, the lives you've touched, are too many for one to tell. With an admiration and appreciation, it's humbly that we say, thank you from the heart of CHS. The mark you've made will forever stay.
On behalf of the students, I'd like to thank the teachers and parents for everything that you do for the students. Also, thank you for being here tonight. Mrs. Reddy would like everyone with trophies or plaques to stay for a picture. Thank you.